I'm just sharing the live stream quick, the Zoom details again to the group for those that have, there we go, that have not received it. Let me just see. I'm struggling with this PC and sound. So I just want to make sure it's muted. Yeah, there we go. So that I can read all your comments. I don't know even if somebody has joined me already on Zoom. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so I have my Zoom open. I have my YouTube open for comments. Is my hair even looking okay? I had it quick in a clip, and I just took it down again. So I don't know if it's looking okay at the back. I don't know. How are you all doing? Welcome. It's Saturday. It is, what is the date? 10 May. It's 10 May. It's crazy how time is flying. Soon we will be halfway through the year. We will be midwinter, and then we will be approaching spring again. That is just how it's going. And I always tell you, like within a week's time, it's Christmas again. So it really do feel like that is the case indeed. So welcome to the Zoom YouTube live. I'm going to show you, well, it's just me currently in the Zoom, but I'm going to show you my progress on my shift, the shift, which is the cowl. So I'm doing the cowl for this Let's Shift make along, knit along rather. We are doing the Andrea Mowry patterns, the shift, which is the cowl. We are doing the Shiftalong, which is the beanie, and the Nightshift, which is the shawl. And I believe there's actually more shift patterns in her Andrea Mowry's shift series, which I didn't even know about. But you live and learn, right? So I made a very, what is the word? Diluted hot chocolate, because there was like not enough hot chocolate powder left. So it is what it is, but it's going to be nice anyway. So I have that with me today to have a good time with you. Yes, please say hi in the YouTube live chat. If you're not able to chat, it means that you're not a subscriber to the channel, and therefore you need to subscribe. And then I think you need to wait for 1 minute. I think that's how it's set up. And then you'll be able to comment on the live chat. Then you'll be able to chat in the live chat. Rosemary says, hi all, how are you all? Yes, time is flying. Rosemary, I'm doing well. We are doing well. Charlotte is doing well. And yes, we were a little bit sick this week, but luckily going to a doctor quick sorted that out. And why is it saying now? Your office has been updated. You can use, oh, okay, cool. I almost thought I had to restart this PC, and then it's going to really mess with my life. But that is not a problem. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's going well. How are you doing? How are all of you doing? Are you knitting on any shift patterns? If you're not, what are you currently knitting or crocheting maybe? Let us know in the chat. And tell us about your week. Was it a difficult week? Was it a busy week? It was the full week back at the office. So some people are like really exhausted. I see Annelie is joining us, our collaborator. Oh, and we've got a friend today. There's Pepper. Pepper is enjoying the company of the chickens. Hello. Pepper is enjoying the company of the chickens. That's her new base. She's just sleeping there now. I see it's cleaning time. Let's see if you can. My table. Oh, wait. My table is a little bit of a mess. There she is. She decided that Stevie Chicks is the perfect cushion. And so Stevie Chicks is the one underneath her. So she's laying on Stevie Chicks. That is Hendrina, and this is Petronella. So this is my chicken. This is Bernice, is our daughter's chicken, and this is my husband's chicken, this big one. Yeah. Annelie, how are you? Are you muted? Joyce.
It's going very well. I'm doing very well, thank you. No wonder my comments during the chickens is like, okay. Meantime, I'm on mute. It's been one of those days, but I'm doing very, very well, thank you. It is a very, I would say, chilly-ish day today in Cape Town. Lightish jacket, it's got a little bit of drizzle.
Mm,
One of the lucky days in Cape Town. How's it there
nice.
by you?
I don't know what is going on, but since yesterday, it feels like we're entering August because it's windy. I don't know why. Why is it so windy in Bloemfontein? I don't get it. But apparently tomorrow we're gonna
Because
die of the
everything
cold.
is flat.
But the sun is shining, it's blue skies, it's really nice. That's what I love about winter in Bloemfontein. And but tomorrow it's going to be very cold. Today it was like 24 degrees, which is really not cold. It's actually great. But the wind makes it really a little bit chilly. And but tomorrow, apparently, we're gonna feel the cold. So I think tomorrow it's soup day again. And yeah, but it's good. Been a good day. We had our monthly get together here in Bloemfontein this morning. It was so much fun. I always, all the people
Yeah.
that goes there, that comes and join us, are so amazing. Bring the most beautiful projects. You get so inspired by all the makes that they do. There was a lady with a linen, moss linen, moss stitch or linen stitch crochet blanket.
Mm.
She just became a grandmother. Her daughter's in America. She's flying out on Tuesday, I think. She showed us the blanket. Oh my word, it's so beautiful. And yeah, we had people, doing knits for their children's school, mittens and scarves and beanies. And oh, it was so much. And I really love the people that comes to these mornings because they're all just great, great people. So it was really a great morning. Had a great morning. How was your morning?
I had an amazing morning. So I, the last week, had to get up very early because we had to do a whole bunch of extra school stuff. So this morning, I got to lie in and sleep a little bit later, and I slept dead. And I got woken up with my husband who bought me a chocolate croissant at a very nice bakery in town with coffee and a croissant. So that
Oh,
has been my morning.
that is heaven. I love a chocolate croissant. Like it is really the ultimate indulgence experience.
Yep. And it's those ones that have just been made this morning.
Oh,
So it's not like no, but where is it like, ah, it's amazing.
I'm so
So
jealous.
that has been my morning so far. And now for the rest of the day, I'm going to try and plan and do some knitting on my shift. Oh,
Cool.
how far are you with yours? Because I know you
Okay.
said end of section 3.
Yeah, I was laughing at your comment in the group. So if you don't know, we've got a WhatsApp community group. We've got a WhatsApp group specifically for the shift, for those that's participating, for support and just showing your progress. So if you want to join, you're more than welcome. So on this group, Annelie is saying, so remember last week we casted on, and I already like started the previous night with the literally the cast on, so that when I am in the Zoom and I need to facilitate, I don't struggle, right? So I can just go. Yo, did I get the fire for that one? So so now Adelie is asking in the group. Yo, I was laughing. I was laughing so hard. She's like, what is your comment here? Yes. Yaline says she's done with section 3. Let's see how she's actually already on bind off. And what if I tell you I started another one? No, I'm lying. I'm lying. I didn't.
I
But
would ask, I would have asked you to start knitting mine.
but I did well this morning in the knitting group. I am now on the last 2 rows, and then I'm done with section 4. So let me show
Oh,
you.
cool. Have you
Yes.
swapped backgrounds yet?
Well, so wait, let me
Oh,
just quickly.
you've
I'm
been shown
like,
on.
yeah, I'm like, I did. I'm not following ABC like Andrea is.
Okay, okay, okay.
No, I'm that type of person. So I've got these two beautiful mold colors from Naughty Habits.
Oh, beautiful.
I started with this one. I love this color. I told you last week it reminds me of Sally of Monsters Incorporated. So I'm in love.
Yes.
I'm so in love with this color. And then I have like Angora,
Yes, yes.
and I have mohair. This is like a really bright
That's
purple,
a
very
that's a
muted,
violet. Yes.
right? Okay. And then I have this gorgeous cereal alpaca. So this is from Cowgirl Blues. This is from
That is
Naughty Hat.
beautiful.
This was a gift. And
Mm.
oh my goodness, I got stuck on this one. So I started with the pink, and then I switched over to the purple, and then I'm using this purple with all the things, right? I will probably my plan is, I think, section 6. Oh no. I'm going with the pink. With no. I'm not. I'm actually going to use section 6. I'm going to use pink again with my Suri alpaca.
Mm.
So these two
Mhm.
together. But for section 5, I'm going to use section 5, this two together. Then I'm going to drop the
Mm.
purple, my favorite one. And then I'm going to continue with this two.
Mm.
And then I'm going to do this two at the end.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's gonna look beautiful.
I'm really loving the purple. So I've been purpling all the way from, I think, section 1 and a half of section 2. I've done the pink with something else.
Mm.
This is how far I am.
So that's not bad.
Yeah, it's going very well.
I like your
I,
needle stoppers.
oh, isn't it cute? Wait.
That's like little daisies. My eyes are bad. That's little scorpies.
Poppies,
That is
yes.
very cute.
Oh, look, I love it. Yes. So yeah, so I'm almost done with section. What did I say? 4, right? Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I love this knit. As you progress, it you really understand what you need to do. Um, and it's really lovely. I really love this. It's a lot of fun.
I think, what was it? Section 3. Section 3 is when you don't have to increase on both sides
Yes,
on the right side anymore. Once you hit that one, it is just, you know what to do from here on. And
exactly.
I get to a point that I don't even like I don't read the pattern anymore. I know that there's supposed to be 5 rows of little ones. I'm supposed to be five
Yeah,
rows of other dots, and off, hey ho, we go.
yeah, it's so
So
nice. It's really lovely.
I've I've been a good girl. I've been following my ABCs. So
Wow.
I have my wait. I'm still just knitting off. I'm still just knitting off the blank. Um, so, and it's actually working very well, by the way. So this is still I'm gonna say teal color. That's the
Mm,
background, and then I started using my color B, which is of course my handspun, which I'll show now. I added my color C, which was this beautiful rose.
love it.
Um, I don't know what color to call this. It's not a maroon. It's more like a Bordeaux,
Is it almost
but
like a
it's
dirty rose pink?
maybe like a wine.
Okay.
It's it's more red than it's a pink. So it's
That's
this color. I don't know what the name was. Sorry, Nancy. Um, and then I started with my handspun again. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the middle of section 3 for
oh,
me.
wow.
So I am very ready to start doing this as my background
Love it.
because cannot wait.
So pretty.
So it's always like if you look at the pattern as well, because she shows her cowl front and back. So you can always, you can always, if you look at it like this, she's going to start here. You can always just count the little thingies like section 1, 2, 3, and then you know where you are.
Yeah.
So I'm 1, 2 here. I
Okay,
still have
cool.
a very long way to go.
Yeah. But it's not that bad. It's gonna go quicker and quicker. It feels like it's going quicker and
Yeah,
quicker, even though the longest cut become longer and longer. It feels like it's going because you really
yeah,
understand what you need, what is the repeats there in any way.
yeah. And at one, I think you reach a certain amount of stitches, then your next section starts decreasing. So then you go down again. So then it
Yeah.
goes quicker and quicker. So yeah, I'm super stoked.
Let's see all the comments. Maggie says, "Hi Aline. My derde trui is klaar besig met my maarstop besig om al my whips te doen. Sy wil so oor 8 oor hê voor September. Oh, so she's busy with her third sweater. She's busy with a maarstop. I don't know which pattern that is, but she's currently busy to work down her whips so that she can have only 8 left before September month. So it seems like she's working down her whip pile. Rosemary says, "I'm so glad to hear that, Helene. Oh, I am well, thanks. I'm busy with a second sock." Oh, wow. Done, Rosemary. She says, "Here in Pretoria, it's blue skies. I can feel that the breeze is getting chillier, though." And Suzette says, "Hi to you all out of a rainy Springbok, Northern Cape." Hi, Suzette. And she says, "Busy with a dark blue school sweater for my grade 8 daughter." Oh wow, that's lovely. I really enjoyed Matilde this morning where she was knitting ferociously on her mittens and school supplies, beanie, scarf, mittens for her children. It's so cool to see that. So it's lovely that we were able to do that. And I was laughing because I told her, Annelie, about your situation with one of the things that you made your daughter where she was gone. And she's like, "Yes, in this week, the beanie that she did for her daughter, she came back to the car. She went to pick her up, and the beanie is not there. And she's like, 'Where's your beanie?' And she's like, 'Mom, relax. It's in the back of my chair. The lower grade children have these sleeves over the back in the sleeve.' And she's like, 'It's there, Mom.' And she's like, 'No, go back, go get your beanie.'" And I was like, "I need to tell you Annelie's story."
Yep.
Yeah. It's so funny. So yeah.
I would have also made it go back.
Exactly. I
I
laugh.
do. You will go back and you will find this.
Yes, bring it back. I want to see it. I want proof of life. Oh, joy. Yeah,
No,
so
but we
I think,
love them.
yep, we do. We do. I think it's lovely that we are able to knit these things, to supply our loved ones with whatever they need for the winter time. It's such a blessing. Um, and it's even more a blessing if they really truly appreciate it. And it's just not like, oh, somebody made something for me and I don't really like it. But if they really truly appreciate it, it's the best feeling in the world, when they actually make use of the things that you actually give to them. So I love that. Um,
And especially small kids. I have to say, I mean, my little one is, look, yeah, okay, she lost a beanie, but everything that you do make for them, they're very like enthusiastic about. And at one point, I was starting to get orders, and there has to be like this and this and this. And at one point, I'm like, listen, I'm not a master knitter yet. Calm down, yeah. So it's it's very rewarding to knit for kids. Um, yes, they are gonna lose them. Yes, there's gonna be a hole in them or whatever, but I always feel that there's a lot more happiness brought to a kid when you give them a gift like that. And the
And it's,
toy, don't just not give him.
it's also a lot of gratification for yourself as well, if they really truly appreciate it and they wear it,
Mm,
right? It's
yes.
That's so amazing to be able to witness that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. Rosemary says, wow, both your cows are looking so pretty. You're using your colors so well together. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I am on this Sally colorway. I don't know. Sorry, Mincy, I can't even remember what this colorway is called, but this is my Sally colorway. I renamed your colors. I love this pink, this purple bluish color. Oh, I absolutely love it. So it's Sally. That's what it's called. Suzette says she don't want a sweater from the school wear shop. It's not so soft as mom's knitting. Oh,
Ah,
that is nice, Suzette.
that is so nice.
Oh, and
And my
Matilda has,
school sweaters stuck, so that is awesome.
yeah, exactly. Matilda wanted to knit socks, and forever I was telling. This is now the same lady I was talking about now about her daughter sending her daughter back to school to get the beanie. So she wanted to do socks, and I was like, Matilda, just start. You can do it. You can really knit socks. I'm telling you, you can do it. So she did. She's like, yeah, Yaline told me I can do it, so I did it, and I did it. Anyway, so the first pair of socks she made for her little boy, and then the daughter, the older one, also wanted a pair of socks, and she was like demanding these socks to be done by a certain time. I think it was Palm Sunday or something. So she desperately wanted to wear these socks to church. I don't know if she actually managed to complete it in time for church, but she showed me a picture of the socks, and she's like, this daughter is like in absolute love with her mom's
Oh,
socks. I just love that. I love it. So I'm so proud of her. So
that's
if you're
awesome.
watching and you think you cannot do socks, you definitely, most definitely can do it.
And never give up.
Never give up.
I
And
have
there's
knitted 8 socks,
8 socks.
not pairs of socks, not pairs of socks, eight
8 socks.
socks.
Don't you
How
like knitting?
many have?
I'm on pair 36.
Hey, no, no, no. I've not knitted one pair. I've knitted 8 socks, which is counting one on 3 attempts. Then I have knitted one pair of socks. I'm lying at one pair of socks, which was supposed to be for my little girl who was 3 at the time, and it they fit my husband. Um, and they have started coming apart. And the others also, I would finish off, and something weird would be up with them, and then I just frog it, and they just never knit the sock again. And I've got the rulers. I've got the crazy sock lady. I've got the everything. But
But maybe it's not your
I
jam.
will knit a pair of socks. Hey,
Maybe it's not just your jam. It's just not your thing.
doesn't mean I'm not going to give up.
So don't give up. No, I'm not saying give up, but I think what's really motivating me to knit socks is really I love wearing merino socks. I couldn't understand why everybody was like, yes, once you have made your merino socks, you will understand. And I was like, oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right. And then when I knitted socks, knitting the socks was a challenge for me. So I wanted to do the challenge. But then once I started wearing them,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, oh my word. Yes, I get it. I need to have more merino socks. And that is where that's a game changer when you actually started wearing merino socks. So yeah, that is
Was
true.
this just like the fingering weight sock types? Like the
Yes,
small, like the thin ones that can you wear them with shoes?
yes. I'm wearing them now.
Oh. And then you can like go to work or like whatever.
Yep. In my
Oh,
tackies, yes. In my sneakers, currently in this sneakers. There's my socks. Oh, yes,
nice.
it's the best. It's absolutely the best.
I
Do you
think
come
it's because I've never had a pair.
I think you must really maybe do a pair for yourself, wear them in winter time, and see, what benefit it brings to your foot, or for your feet rather, and how comfortable and warm it is. And then you would probably fall in love. That's what I think.
What's the needle size?
2.25. You don't want to have a loose, too much ease on your sock. So I started my 2.5 millimeter socks that I've knitted um, is not as comfortable as my 2.25 millimeter socks.
Two, two,
2.25.
two. No.
Yes. You get so used to it, Annelie.
It sounds amazing.
Okay, let's listen to let's quickly see the Suzette says she was talking about her comfortable mom's knitting sweater. So Suzette says, love your cowls. Thank you, Suzette. Rosemary says, that's so true, hey, Suzette. It is nice to knit for them then. Rosemary says, I thought I saw Matilda in your video this morning. Yes, Matilda was there. I had a Instagram reel or a Facebook reel, whatever you call it. It's on my Instagram and Facebook. Maggie says, dit is voorreg om vir jou mense, dis 'n voorreg om vir jou mense goed te kan maak. Ek het 25 hoops gehad, nou het ek 18 oor. She says it's a blessing to be able to make things for your own people that you love. And she's had 25 whips and she worked it down now to 18. So she wants to get it down to 8 before September. That's amazing.
Wow.
Rosemary says, Annelie, you must try a pair of newborn socks. That's a great way to start. I always tell people when you want to start knitting socks, obviously you won't be able to wear it, but you will understand with a quick knit how the construction works from top down with a heel flap, a gusset, and a heel turn. Newborn socks is so cool. It goes so quick. The only problem is it will not fit you, so you will not have the benefit of wearing them, Annelie. And then Suzette says,
Depending on my gauge.
Merino socks is the best. Me and my husband and son only wear merino socks. Rosemary says, I'm really enjoying knitting socks and I love wearing them. Yes. And Rosemary says, I have my daughter hooked on socks. Maggie says, I also enjoy knitting socks. I always take it with me wherever I go to go knit on them. And then Suzette says, Annelie, once you're down sock knitting, once you're down the sock knitting hole, you are down. You will never return.
So I have a confession to make as well.
Okay, cool.
I have bought one of those kiddies sock knitting machines off Take a Lot.
Okay.
Because if you've tried so many times like I have, why not start cheating? Okay. Not that I'm saying it's cheating, it's just I don't want to be spending forever on it.
Okay.
So I have tried knitting something, and I unfortunately for this now, I do not have them here. They don't fit.
Are they too big?
No, they are if you hold fingering double, it's okay. If you hold it single,
It's holy.
it's holy. So if
Mm.
you hold it double, it's okay, but you still need a lot of tension. And yeah, the fabric is not looking good.
Not at
So
all.
we are back to square one. I will say that that knitting machine, which afterwards I had realized nowhere on the packaging says sock knitting. This is just my brain that went there. Um, so we are back to square one. And to say that the tiny knitting machine, I think it can make like a fingerless mittens.
Okay, nice.
Um, but you're just going to have to do ribbing at the top and the bottom, which you can just pick up the stitches. And then you're just going to have to do a little bit of a steek here
So,
at the thing.
and beanie maybe? Beanies?
No,
Or you just think I'm
it's too
trying to
small.
small? Okay.
You do get a, so I have now I think it's a 22 pin. I have a 22 pin, and a 48 pin, I think. I can't show them to you because I have a laptop standing on top of one as a
Oh,
makeshift tripod.
it's very professional.
Um,
I mean, that's how we roll, right? All the things we need
yep.
to get stuff in the air, to get height and whatever. I get you. I
Look,
mean, look at my system here. Like I've got wooden planks also on
nice.
a to give me height. So I get you, man. I understand.
So I have a Sheet Street table, which is very old. Um, I wouldn't trust it with anything heavier than like a thick book if you put it in the middle because the wood is already starting to go like one of those ancient Japanese houses. So this, but I've gone around that. So I have engineered a workaround on this by taking a laundry basket, a plastic laundry basket,
Huh?
flipping it over and putting on top of this table. So I get to use all the strong points and the reinforcement of the laundry basket.
Yes,
But
yes.
I
That's
still don't
good.
have the height.
Oh,
So I
damn.
still don't have the height because the table I can't adjust the table. But the table's very cool because you can fold up the table and it goes against the wall.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I do still need the space. So lo and behold, the Centra 48 pin knitting machine has come in handy to save the day and perfectly places me in frame without spending extra money.
It's okay. That's how we roll. That is how we roll.
My lighting is also an office desk lamp.
So funny. Okay, so we've got the three lights here, which is now trying to make it beautiful at the back, right? I mean, you don't want to see the real behind the scenes. Do you want to see the real behind the scenes? So
Of course,
we
sweetie.
we painted this room in December month on a whim. Like I was doing the Advent live chat every day. I don't know if you can remember, Annelie. I was doing an Advent live chat every day in December, from the 1st
Okay.
to the 24th, I think. It was so much fun. So I would open up my Advents on the live sessions. And then my office was it was actually a home gym. Like my gym things was in here. And I had my table on this side, on the window side here, and more to this side, more to that side, in the corner that side. But anyway, and so you would see my cupboard, which is like this. This is my cupboard, right?
Okay. I remember
And
that view.
my husband was
Yes.
like, "No, I think we need to have a project. We're gonna paint your room. We're gonna have some good lighting. We need to make this a yarn studio." That's my husband's idea. So we did it. We decided that, and we somewhat did it. So now we did the lights. I still need to get an electrician in. This room used to be a bedroom, and the people living in before us had a TV on top there, and so there's a plug like there. There's a plug where they had the TV over here. So we had to pull the wiring over there and just attach it to this plug so that we can install the lights. And now we still need to get the electrician to actually fit it properly. So before the
It's
light,
child safe.
it is very much child safe. Nobody can touch it. Not even myself. I have to get on my little step thingy here, this one,
Yeah.
shoot it up there, past my spinning wheel. Then I have to stretch my arm, put on both plugs, right?
This just to switch them on.
Switch them on. And then I have to get up and get after the light to switch them off. Okay, so there's some behind the scenes of this amazing yarn studio. So there you have it.
That's what I am at the moment trying to put into my daughter's mind as well, is TV magic.
Exactly.
Because I think there's always, and that's also, it comes down to the whole social media argument about, people just showing their perfect lives. And it is really true. It's what you see is the side of the room, because the other side
It's chaos.
is absolute chaos. When I'm not looking at here, I am distracted by something here, looking at it, thinking, oh boy, I hope that does not fall off there. It's chaos. So,
Yeah.
and there was also, what I have learned is that my baby blankets, the old muslin blankets that you used to wrap your baby in and you'd like swaddle them and all sorts of stuff. And you'd see what they cost and then you'd fall on your back because it's ridiculous. And we had bought a whole bunch of them and we got some at baby, blah, 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 blah. They are perfect for covering up dust, like your old sewing machine and all sorts of stuff, but also to cover up the crap that's underneath it. So last week, I had a blanket lying there because I had all sorts of crap lying underneath it.
I mean, follow this channel for organizing tips. Hiding away your bad things. We are here to please you.
I have been listening to true crime the whole week because I am that person.
Yeah.
And I can say with full confidence that there are worse things that we can tell you how to hide.
That is really true, right? That is so true. That is so true. Okay, I'm
I do
starting now.
follow up with us for tips like, if you've run out of space for your yarn, suggest putting it in the fridge. Wait until your husband comes home and sees it. Randomly WhatsApps you at work. Uh, why is there wool in the fridge?
Oh, that is so funny.
He'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, sure, for sure. Oh, that is so funny. Okay, let me go back to the comments. Engineers galore. This is it. For all the things we do to get height on our screens and all the funny things that we do to be able to, that things made it look pretty. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I see it as the same as tidying up the house when you're getting guests. There's mos 'n Afrikaans saying bo blink en onderstaan.
Yeah. Yes.
When everything you can everything the eye can see is very, very organized and pretty, and everything that is in cupboards and hidden beneath is utter chaos.
Currently, our spare room is I don't know how it became out of hand. We actually then also painted my husband's office, and then we shoved a few things into the spare room, and now it's a mess. So it desperately needs to be organized and sorted out, because it seems like this is not, and it's once you put something there, it is so easy for everything that you don't know where to put it at that current moment to just go quickly put it there, and then it
Yep.
becomes a beast. So yeah, not nice. Not nice. The same with the garage.
Oh, there we are.
Yep. So last weekend, we organized a little bit in the garage. We did very good. I think I think my husband had an expectation that we're going to sort out the whole garage within one afternoon, and I was like, it's not happening. But we did a good day.
Even I knew that one.
A very unrealistic expectation. So, but I said to him, so I was like, okay, how are we going to do the garage this weekend? I said, no. The weekend is hectic. The garage needs to wait till next weekend. We're going to do the next weekend. We can work again on that. But also, I'm so excited to have my leave. I think I've got 2 weeks leave in end of June, July, 2 weeks. I can't remember. And then I really want to like 2 to 3 hours per day. I want to tackle one cupboard at a time, sort out things, unpack things, pack them nicely again, throw things away that needs to be thrown away or to be able to donate or whatever the case might be. Because I don't know why, but we are so sometimes holding on to things unnecessarily, I think. So yeah.
I think we all do that, because I've heard that from pretty much everyone when they would say that when they move or whatever, they would say like they've been living here for 2, 3, 20 years, and they can't believe the amount of stuff they had accumulated.
Yeah.
And if I have to look at the stuff that we have also, there's the garage. There are flattened neatly boxes of electronics and gadgets that we have bought that we need to save for the warranties.
Yep.
These boxes include items that are almost 10 years old.
Exactly.
There's no way we're going to get any
Last
warranty.
weekend, those boxes went. It was so great.
Okay.
So those are
Progress.
the problem is those warranty boxes. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think they should just stop with the boxes. I
There
mean,
must be another way. Can't we just have the manual and the receipt? I mean, will that not be sufficient?
you can digitize your receipts.
Exactly.
You can digitize your receipts, and that's pretty much all, because what am I going to do with a box? And some of these boxes are big,
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. The packaging is unbelievable.
Like Take-A-Lot packaging.
Hey?
Like Take-A-Lot packaging.
Oh my word, it's the worst. Like every item is in a box, and then the box is like twice the size of the item, and I'm like, what is up with this? This doesn't make sense. I think there's a great comedy reels on like Instagram and probably on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but about Take-A-Lot packaging. I saw some already. So that says a great laugh. I think it was only Mycraft Corner looking for chaos. This morning was cleaning up. I sort of container is all sizes and shapes. So they laugh because you're saying Boblink and onderstink. The naughty corner room, she says. She called her corner, the naughty corner room. Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable. You know, if you just take something and you place it there because you think you're going to sort it out later, it becomes a problem so easily. It can quickly just get out of hand. Currently my table on this side where I do my swift and
now,
yeah.
Sorry, I think my internet connection is giving a little bit of a rope because I think there's a delay again.
No worries.
I've started going with the idea of, am I going to do it now? No. Am I going to do it today? No. Put it away. Okay. Because what's happening on my side is I'm sitting with projects that I still need to do, which I've put out in the open because I'm going to do it. And I'm not getting to them. So now I'm actively trying to go, okay, am I working on this? Am I going to work on this now? No. Just put it away.
Yeah.
And for the times I do it, it works out pretty well. So it's not infallible. I mean, I do most of the time I don't do it, but when I do it, it works out very well. So yeah, because this craft thing is like a rabbit hole, huh?
It's a big one. It really is. No, it's true. But I'm excited to be able to get some organization here, sorting out stuff. Because this table here is now a lot of things. And then, like, I don't know why, but like the last bit of things I need to do. Let me just pause here. One of the things is okay, now I've got another jacket now. My denim jacket with my fox that I crocheted from Book Crochet Month. Then I have my Tree of Life. Let me show you.
Yes, I remember seeing that. That is beautiful.
This is currently my state of my Tree of Life.
Wow. That's so beautiful.
Look how amazing we are incorporating, what do you call these things?
Cable tie.
Cable tie. So I need to still string it along and make it a little bit more because you can see it's very still not very tight. I need to do a little bit more stretching and then put the frame over. It will go up on over here. I still need to do that. So all this last bit of things I need to do to just finish off the project properly. I don't know why I am procrastinating. I should stop it. But here I am, knitting lovely on my shift, and trying to not look at those things that needs attention. It's on my list to actually attend to this weekend. Like, I need to finish these things.
I don't know. So I've got a lot of whoops that needs immediate attention. But I've also got a few items that, and I don't know if you've got this as well, is the project is finished. It just needs the last final touches and it's done.
Yeah. Work away the ends.
Working in the ends, finalizing the ends of the scarf. I had finished a crochet shawl Crochet? Yes.
Brioche. Crochet.
Brioche, thank you. No, brioche, thank you. My brain had a brain fart there for a moment. So, beautiful thing. It was in my cupboard for the entire winter season and summer, obviously. The next season, it had still not been blocked. Like, I still not bothered even washing it. Um, so I'm varying degrees of work.
Yeah.
Then I have whips where I've only cast it on, and all the while yarn has been winded, and I put everything in a nice project bag, and then nothing else is done with it.
Yeah. You know what? It's like having ADHD, I think, because I'm having the projects. All the make-alongs is really set up for my benefit, right? Not only my benefit, but also it's really things I want to make, but also I know that everyone else wants to make these. So
Mm,
there was some community input in the make-along planning for 2025.
mm,
Which is lovely. So it's really the things that I want to make that is on the plan also. So I'm busy with the
mm.
sweater. I had to make socks urgently. Then I stopped that, but I also started. I casted on a project for Charlotte because she needed really another winter coat. So that is on the go. So there's all these extra things that's running up, coming into play in my whip pile, which was not planned for, which is either a little bit overwhelming or, yeah, like I don't know how to manage all the things. Because I'm really trying to stay away from too many whips because I feel like it's getting out of hand, and then it's like I don't know where to touch and what to leave. And I think that is maybe what Maggie is really trying to do. You know, she's probably having the same
Mm.
type of feeling, and she's like she had 25 whips. Now she's really trying to just like deal with all the whips mountain, and to be able to free
That
herself.
is,
Yeah. So I'm
it's
really trying to
it's
do that.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do your whips. I've started thinking that if I have a whip that I haven't touched in like a year or two, to maybe just frog it and
Yeah.
put the yarn back in my stash
Yes.
and do something else
Yes.
because I'm not excited to do that thing anymore. I was excited on the cast on. I was excited while I was knitting it, and then I got like I lost
Mojo.
the enjoyment of it, and now it's a hassle to like. I
Mhm.
mean, if it's a project that you just literally have to spend an hour on to
Yeah.
finish, then just finish the thing. But if you're
Exactly.
still halfway, and I know that, and this I mean, this is entirely what I do. I mean, um, everyone has their own flow, but if it's not going to bring you joy, the yarn is. I
Exactly.
mean, just take the yarn back, do something else with it.
Exactly. I feel the same way. I had like I don't know because I'm so it currently it's not going to be like that this weekend though. I have too many things that's on my to-do list. But the previous 2 weekends I would time myself. I would give myself half an hour to knit or crochet. So I would come here, I would knit and crochet. I would actually have a timer. When the timer goes off, then I have another half an hour to sort out something, like clean something up. So I had in my previous yarn room in the front, there was like there's this one holder which is like almost like a side table. And I open up the thing and I'm like, oh my word, there's projects in here, which I totally forgotten about. But it's like charity projects. It's like doing acrylic yarn scarves and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to let this hold me back. I need my cable. I need my knitting needles. I'm just going to frock this thing. So I frocked it. It was so freeing to be able to take back, you know, and I actually donated that yarn. It was such a great experience just to frog it. It was really a freeing experience. So yeah.
So now down the line, are you sorry that you had frogged it? Do you feel that you should have like hold on to it?
I did the right thing.
So there we are.
And we made a good decision there.
It is a very scary thing to think like, oh man, I've spent like so many hours on this thing, and you know, no man, just you're doing this because you like it.
Exactly.
Now you're gonna go, and this is what I had done. You're gonna go and buy other yarn for a project because now you want to cast on something new.
Yeah.
And I, at one stage, would sound like I'm an addict that recovered. I would run out of cables, then I would just pay and buy stoppers and a new cable.
Yeah.
Then I'd use the needles for something else.
But you see, the problem is now I'm in that situation. I don't have a lot of whips, but I don't know where's my 60 centimeter and my 80 centimeter cable. I need it for the dog sweater that I'm currently busy with. I don't know where it is. It's not in the place. I'm very organized with my cables and my needles. I can't find the 60 and the 80 centimeter cable. Now I need to go look for them. Okay, so I think I might have a cable. So I have a bag for my knitted knockers, which is a dedicated knitted knockers bag with the needles. And there's definitely I'm thinking about it now out loud. There's definitely a cable there. I don't know the cable size, length. It's probably there. And then I have another bag for dedicated lekker cozy knitting, which I think my cable.
Okay.
Yes.
So no, I have all my little thingies all together all the time, my little needles. I don't take them out when I go travel because I'm not very comfortable taking out my entire needle collection. But when I am home, they generally stay together. Or I've got a dedicated drawer where I know crochet hooks, darning needles, knitting stuff, everything, just always in there. Because I don't know how many whips I have. And if I had to go and look for needles, I take a while. And also, I have 3 pairs of size 4 millimeter needles. I have 4 pairs of 3.75 millimeter needles.
You use them so much.
So maybe I am an addict.
Yeah. No, I also have 4 millimeter, even in crochet it's a very much needle size. There's so many messages. Let me quickly read the messages. Rosemary says, I still have a lot of my parents' things, and it's so difficult to get rid of their things. This house is small, so I don't have space for things to lie around. So my cupboards are full. Okay, I want to talk about this. She says, space is made for my yarny things, though. And then Okay, so let's talk about that, because I have such an understanding of what Rosemary is saying. I lost my parents. It's still very it's just recent, 4 years ago, so it's still recent, and I really have this fear. I was telling my sister, I'm not a materialistic person actually at all, um, but I have a lot of furniture from my parents, and which I absolutely adore. It's old wooden furniture, which I appreciate and I have a lot of respect for. And then I have this fear, which doesn't make any sense, but I think it's because of sentimental value, recent, just loss of them. I have this fear that my daughter is not going to appreciate it. And what's going to happen with all of these things when I pass away, which is not going to make sense. Right? It doesn't make sense when you say it out loud. And I think it will become better as time progresses and, the times goes on since they have passed. But it's not it's an irrational anxiety and fear I'm currently having. But yes, I have a lot of my parents' things, and I understand what she's saying. But the sentimental value currently for me and all of that, I, I cannot part with things currently. Suzette says, my whips is in different bags in different cupboards. In December, I frocked, and that I don't get joy of. And the new rule complete is that I need to complete a pair of socks before you cake yarn for the next one. That's a good rule to have. I tried to live by the same rule. However, I didn't do it this time around. I had to do new socks while I was actually busy with socks. But anyway, but I tried to do that as well. And also, the moment I cast off my first sock, I start on my second sock. That's one of my rules. Rosemary says, I hear you, Annelie. I have got 3 or 4 cotton blankets that I started, and one I am halfway, but I have lost interest. So thanks to Yaline, once I started with merino yarn, I've just lost interest. Oh my goodness, sorry. About losing the interest on the crochet blanket. But sorry, not sorry. I feel like I need to say that. Oh, shame. But it's truly like that. And then Suzette says, frogging give me freedom. And Rosemary says, I have given a lot of my cotton to 2 friends who love it. So that made me feel better about it. I do the same with my acrylic yarn. I also work with acrylic yarn. I do a lot of charity projects, and even we've got so many acrylic ad content blankets in the house that I've made. So we actually don't have, I think, a merino blanket, as a matter of fact. But the one thing I did for instance, the scarf that I was frogging a lot, like 2 weeks or last week, I can't remember. Those yarn I already gifted to a friend this morning who loved to get, leftover yarns. She's doing a lot of charity blankets. And it gives me so much joy to be able to give it to her, because the way that she makes all the colors work from leftover yarns is just extraordinary to me. She's really amazing. So yeah, it's amazing to be able then to give those yarns away to somebody that will actually appreciate it, and it will be utilized in a way, in such a way. So that is quite fun. Yeah, that's all the comments thus far, I think.
I think with a sentimental thing, when you are hanging onto items that that mean a lot to you. And I mean, I can't comment. I mean, I still have both my parents. But I know that they have lost their parents, so I don't have grandparents, and I do see them struggling to give away their items,
Yeah.
their parents' items. But now we sit in a situation where my parents have now become elderly, and we still have all the stuff from my grandparents. I don't necessarily have that relationship or sentimental value to those items.
Exactly.
So I'm going to donate them anyway.
Yeah.
So I think a philosophy to have is rather than have items sit and rot away, give them to someone else who can use them, who will use them, and get, some benefit out of it.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy. I'm just a random chick on YouTube.
That is
So
such a good philosophy. Luckily, in my instance, I love all the furniture that we have.
mhm,
I'm really I'm loving it, and I have a lot of appreciation for the items. My fear comes in that my daughter will not have the appreciation that I have, or she might not like the taste of.
mm,
That's not her furniture taste, for instance.
mm,
But then I'm thinking, then I'm saying to myself, and anyway, when the time that she's going to get the things, I'm going to be dead anyway. So I'm not going to care about if she's going to donate them and give them to people that will really appreciate them, or if she's going to actually utilize them. But I would find myself, and I know it's going to get better for me as time goes on. Um, but currently it's the weirdest thing. I know it's irrational, but I have this fear that I'm going to die and she's not going to appreciate the things that's left behind from my parents. It's so weird. Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. But I think it's just the loss is still so
mm,
close that I'm having these irrational
mm.
thoughts. Yeah, so I was talking to
Yeah.
my sister about it because I mean, it's obviously my sister got amazing furniture as well, and her daughter said, "Mom, I don't like this old wooden bed. I really would like just a normal bed that every other child have." So there is really your taste in certain furnitures is just different. Um, yeah, so it is what it is, and yeah, it's interesting how you know what is the rational answer, but your emotional
Mm,
state of being and attachment to the furniture because your parents' furniture, whatever. It's interesting how that all just interlinks and messes with your head a little bit, right? Um, so yeah,
I
it's
have a
interesting.
best friend who normally will, when I go to him for advice, he would normally say, I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't want you to give me an emotional response.
Yeah.
I want you to go away, and I want you to step away from the situation and think about A, B, and C, and then answer that.
Mm.
And just for someone to tell me to don't give me an emotional answer. Don't tell me what your heart is saying. Tell me what your noggin is saying. It helps, but it
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard to 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 take yourself out of your emotions. I mean,
I think my sister and myself have done really, even though like that is one thing I've been confessing to her that I'm struggling with. Like I not struggling, I'm just having this
mm,
irrational fear or anxiety about it, which doesn't make sense. But anyway, the one thing we really was trying to tell each other, me and my sister, was really, does it make sense stepping away emotionally for certain things, the choices and its decisions both me and her need to make? Does it serve us long term to do things? Or we just doing emotional, sentimental decisions, or are we actually making lifelong worthy decisions? And
mm,
we really try to break it down like that when we need to talk about family things, family, business, or whatever the case might be. So
mm,
I'm really proud of the things that we've done so far. I think in retrospect, my father would probably think, "What the hell?" But then, if we explain our decision thought processes, I think, he'd be really proud of us about certain things we decided. So yeah, it's interesting, but it's interesting
mm.
how yeah, life sometimes just comes along, and then you have to be able to step away. It's exactly like you say, step away, put yourself next to your emotions and think about it logically, wisely, long term, what is the best, and not have irrational emotional decisions. So Rosemary says, no, thanks to you, Yelene, for saying that to me. I still remember you saying once you start using merino, you won't use something else. The one thing about I still sometimes use cotton. I still sometimes use acrylic yarn. Um, but the one thing is the benefits of natural yarns. Cotton is sometimes very harsh on your hands. Depends on what type of project you do. Merino is really amazing. It's once you start working with animal fibers like that, and you see the benefit on just the effortless of how you crochet or how you knit with merino. That just is it's amazing. So yeah, it's really a gift. Once you do merino, you get to merino, you understand why people stick to, for instance, merino yarn. Rosemary says, my brothers just said they don't want it and they don't have space. But I love the furniture and it's very useful things I need, like chest of drawers. Yes, I mean, by all means, if you can use it, use it. Luckily, I'm using all the furniture. So all the furniture it's not standing and it's in our way at all. Everything is usable and I absolutely love it.
Mm.
Um, Rosemary says, Helen, what you went through was very traumatic, and I feel that you have handled it so well. Oh, thanks, Rosemary. I appreciate that comment. Um, I feel like with for those that don't know, my mom and my dad both got COVID together. My father passed away. They were in ICU together, on ventilators together. My father passed away. My mom passed away a year later after a long sick bed. And yes, it was really not easy, but I'm very proud of how both myself and my sister were just an absolute team, managing my mom and how we made decisions for our families. um, yeah, I'm really proud of us. I'm really proud of us, and I know my parents are proud of us too. So yeah, we came out there stronger, um, with a big loss, which was you cannot. There's no um, yeah, you can't. Losing your loved ones is horrible. Um, but I'm very proud of how we handled ourselves during the time of trauma, but also how we then um, rose up and are still maintaining our dignity and our decision making processes. So yes, very 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 proud of that, I think. So thank you for that comment, Rosemary. Um, yeah.
I think us as humans have got an amazing resilience to issues. We are a lot stronger than we think we are. Look,
Yes.
we are also, some of us, we think we're stronger than we are. You know, those that hang out in clubs on a Friday night and asking everyone to listen, yeah, my friend. But I think I think that when you have to be faced with scenarios,
Yep.
it is incredible that, yourself and your sister had, stepped up and you stood together and you helped yourself, or not your help, you helped each other
Yep.
go through this event. And I think from family passings that I have seen is you do need your family and you do need I can't speak for siblings. I'm an only child, but it is then when, especially the close family comes together, and you do need each other's support. Plus, who needs extra drama?
I know, but I think you're so right. I think we underestimate our strength. If you're really in a very dire position or a traumatic experience or whatever, your system of how to survive really kicks in, and you need to do what you need to do to be able to survive. And sometimes you would think back and some people would tell you, but how did you do it? But you just have to like wake up in the morning, put your foot in front of the other foot, and just go on. And you have to make food, and you have to wash your clothes, and you have to go to work. And in doing the mundane daily things, you know, which might feel like a lot of effort, and you're tired and you are stressed out and you don't sleep and you're whatever the case might be, you're traumatized and you're sad and you grieve, whatever. But doing those mundane daily things that needs to be done truly also, I think, helps you to just put the one foot in front of the other. And I think we underestimate ourselves. You're very right with how strong we are. And there is no I don't know what's the word. There's no problem in the most horrific times to be able to lie down and cry the whole day in bed.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It really does. It happens. It's a very human experience to do that. But you can grant yourself 1 or 2 or 3 days, depending on who you are and how your system needs to work. But then at one point you need to tell yourself, oh my word, I need to get my body through a shower, or I need to make food, proper food, and then doing the small steps thereafter. So, but we are indeed much stronger than we think. It's the same thing like people, I'm trying to lighten the mood here because we're getting very deep and serious in the discussion, from organizing to behind the scenes to talking about this. But
It's because this knit is so opening and so rhythmic that we are like
able to talk about these things. But one of the
relaxing.
things I'm always telling people, whatever you want to knit, even if it's a sweater or want to crochet, whatever feels daunting and you think you cannot do it, you definitely can. Stop limiting yourself to think you're not able to do something. It's the same thing. You will be able to get up in the mornings again. You will be able to see the light again. You will be able to make your food again. And but everything is one little piece at a time. Starting a sock, scars on the socks, making mistakes. It's part of the process. It's part of life. And that's why in my knitting and my crochet journey, I am not the person, if you're here to talk about we must do things perfectly and you have to frog out everything if you have one slipped one stitch or whatever the case might be, I'm not your person. Then you're at the wrong place, because we need to be able to make mistakes. We need to also look at our mistakes, appreciate them, and learn from them. And then we need to go on. And sometimes we are so harsh on ourselves and we rip out everything unnecessarily, where you could have just taken a crochet hook and picked up the stitch a few rows down. And it's not the end of the world. Nobody would not even know. So I'm the one that says, like embrace your mistakes, like Stephen Ware says, and learn from it and enjoy your knit. Don't make it a big hectic piece where you are hating it because you made a mistake and you are showing your mistake to everyone. No, but look here, it's not really pretty. I made a mistake here and here. Don't do that. We all have mistakes, and there's not one of us that is flawless. And so it's important that we embrace our mistakes and we learn from it, and we also appreciate those mistakes, because it molds us to who we are becoming to be as persons, but also in our knitting and crochet journey.
So if I think about the mistakes and stuff that I've had in my knitting stuff, I have on my Instagram channel modeled my knits, my finished off items, where I had a t-shirt that had short rows in the wrong place. It was on the side here because I've read the pattern wrong. I didn't know that I should go over the beginning of the row and work like this. So I worked it like this. That was a modeled photo for a massive knit along that I did.
Wow.
I had done a test for Caitlin Hunter with a massive shawl, which after I had knitted, noticed that the very center of this shawl that's got this beautiful cable, I don't know what I did, but the whole side was like I dropped the stitch. It had this glaring hole on the side. And you know what I did? I took a little darning needle and I sewed the two together. And you didn't see it. And I had modeled that photo. It was used, everything. Trust me. And I've also seen people, there is this magic of photography that you, like we said, with the behind the scenes stuff. This where the designer, or not the designers, but when the Instagram show, or the testers or so, when they are showing shirts and they're showing like, oh, look at the progress, but the shot's always from the side, like this, like, oh, look at this, oh, look at
Yeah.
this progress, because the other sleeve isn't even cast on yet. So, you know, so they're showing this beautiful finished item that's got this beautiful long sleeve, but the other one isn't even there yet. Or it's the strategically cropped
Yep.
item
Yep.
because the rest of it isn't knit yet.
Still on a cable. That's so true.
Yes.
Rosemary says, I think we are just forced to handle things and that makes us stronger. Yes, we are. We have to deal with life. It brings siblings
Mhm.
closer together. You realize that family is important. Family is important. So we need community, we need people. Thank you for all your wisdom, Suzette says. I agree so much with you, Yaline. To lost a parent is not easy. Mine is also 30 years to heaven. I try and make him proud every day. I love my mom and spend as much possible time with her. It's a wonderful podcast. The Blue Stitches is flying on her sleeve island, she says. I'm not a fear competition, Nita. Yeah. I'm not the perfect fear girl. Fear is these people that is really pedantic about. And it's not bad. Let me just say that. It's not bad to make things beautiful and be as perfect as you can be, but that is not me. So for people that is like that, that for them it brings them immense joy to have a completed project which is absolutely flawless, more power to you. But that is not me. I'm not able to do it like that. So I would not be able to join the fear. The what is the proper wording? Women's League, Vroue
What's the
Ledenvereniging.
Afrikaans for?
Yeah, Vroue Ledenvereniging, I think. But it's all these ladies coming together to crochet and together, and then they have competitions every month. And I don't know exactly. Maybe I must not even say all these things because I don't even know exactly how it works and how it operates. But yeah, that is. I'm not that. I'm not also not that person to say. Definitely not. Definitely not. Um, one thing that is what the one thing that I do know is that grief and loss is immense, and there's no way that you can be able to explain that or to compare it to something. What I do know is the loss doesn't go away, the grief doesn't go away, the sadness doesn't go away. But it's like somebody said the other day, it's like a stone that you currently have in your pocket. It really is. You live with it all the time. But as years go by, your body gets stronger and you get used to carry the same size of stone. So that weight is exactly the same. But you just learn to walk with the stone and live with the stone in your pocket every year. So the weight feels like it's becoming not as heavy anymore. But the reason is your body is just you became stronger as a person, and therefore you're able to, the loss will never go away. So yeah, that is the the end of the life, which is very deep. We started with showing behind the scenes, then we started talking about organizing.
We started talking about
Deep
the
stuff.
underneath feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, word, that is so funny. But I think it's sometimes important to talk about these.
Feeling. No, it is very important. I am a major advocate for mental health.
Yes.
Yeah, as you know, Yanan. I do think that if you if you are looking at just being uncomfortable with something that's bothering you, like items that you feel that, your rock is a little bit too big today, to use your
Mm,
metaphor. You feel that your rock is a little bit too big today. Never underestimate that there always will be someone to help you.
yeah.
And it it can be a close friend, it can be a pastor, it can be a therapist, or it can be your knitting friend.
Yep.
There's always going to be someone that will listen.
Yeah.
And it is, as we have to take care of our bodies, we have to exercise, we have to keep that figure going. We have to do the same with our minds as well. And we have to be kind to it. Um, you you're running a marathon in your mind, and sometimes you need a coach. And that's okay.
Yep. There's no shame.
Nope.
No shame. Absolutely. I agree with you fully. And I have to say, knitting and crochet and crafting has been such a healing experience for me. It really does. And my husband really becomes worried if he doesn't see me crochet and knit, because it for me is really a therapeutic way of just doing the um,
The
stitches, doing,
rhythmic.
yeah, the rhythmic. Yes, thank you. The rhythmic way of working, and your mind goes and you have these thought processes. It really, it's been a really a great way, a therapeutic tool for me. So when I'm stressed, or yeah, knitting has been a therapy for me. Knitting and crochet, for sure. I can highly recommend it. There's actually studies about it. It's a true thing. So I'm so happy that we're all having these tools to be able to assist us, having each other to be able to, a community where we, people can lift us up, um, um, or we can just motivate each other or encourage each other. That makes such a big difference. And yeah, I'm really grateful for a crafting community like this. So thank you to each one of you for playing
And
a part in a great community.
yeah.
Hmm.
And to add to that, over and above that, for your mental health and stuff, it's knitting is knitting. I say knitting. I'm not really much of a crocheter, but I can imagine crochet is the exact same thing. But knitting is something. I mean, to me, it is, I don't know, some people like smoke a cigarette every 5 minutes, or I don't know how often people smoke, but to me, it's cool. We have an hour that we have to drive somewhere. Cool, I'm a passenger. I'm going to sit in it.
Yes.
I have a meeting that I have to attend to that I don't have to listen to. I'm going to sit in it. If I
Yes.
have to sit and my watch is warning me because I'm sitting still and it's going over 130 beats per minute because we're watching the Grand Prix, and unfortunately, I'm a Ferrari fan, I sit in it
100%.
furiously.
Next weekend.
I
It's next weekend.
swear, if I look close enough, I swear, if I look close enough, I will see tension differences.
I'm telling you, it's the
I
truth.
just can't.
Okay, so it's good to
I
know that
just
you're also a very
can't.
big F1 fan. I'm also a big F1 fan.
Ferrari fan is just, I can't. It's like I just,
I'm
so,
frustrated with Ferrari. I'm really frustrated. Sometimes I feel like the decisions that management is making, it's just it frustrates me so much. I cannot deal with it.
so my my experience with cars is that I grew up with my dad building racing cars and being on the mechanical side of items. So
Oh
hanging
wow.
out in garages and meeting like these racing cars, obviously not Formula One cars, but these types of racing cars, hanging out with this stuff until I was about 14. And then I got to cool and then I stopped going and stuff like that. But it has been ever since we were very small, it had always been the Ferrari and the Michael Schumacher and all that stuff. And funnily enough, we had started watching Drive to Survive, and it rekindled my love for Formula One. And it's got all this nostalgic stuff. And you're a Ferrari fan, and I started watching again in, I think it was 2022 when Ferrari was getting podiums. And I'm so happy because Ferrari. And you know what? I did not have in 2025, there will be Lewis Hamilton in a blue Ferrari on my bingo card. Okay? They're going to kill me. They're going to give me a heart attack.
That is so funny. I think nobody 3 years back would have imagined that at all. It's not. I don't think it was a possibility. I think we. Oh, there's Annelie still. Annelie, let's quickly. Rosemary says it's the VLE in Afrikaans. It's the Vroue Landbou Unie. Thank you for that, Rosemary. She says, yeah, it's not for her either. I think our parents would be so proud of us. I agree with you, Rosemary. For sure, they would be proud of us. Suzette says, a wonderful podcast. Love you, ladies. Oh, thanks, Suzette.
Thank you.
Hey?
I say thank you to Susie.
Rosemary says, oh, I agree, Aline. I don't know how I would have handled life if I wasn't crafting. I have loved this life, Rosemary says. Yeah, so I think it's time to say goodbye. We've been here 1.5 hours, which was not the intention, but it was really appreciated. And it went by so quick, right?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep, so true.
But
Oh, Annelie, thank you for joining me again. That was
you're
really a lot of
welcome. I am seriously enjoying our shift.
yeah.
And I wanted to show you something very cute before we go. I have gotten my hands on neon dye. Um,
Oh wow.
so I've really been into this whole like 80s rekindle glow stick rave carnival thing going on. So I want to show you a little bit of fiber, just a teensy bit of what it looks like.
Love
Like
it.
we are talking about highlighter yellow.
Oh, that is so cool.
I don't think the camera is going to do this thing justice. You know how difficult it is to take.
Neon.
See what happens if I take it closer to the thing.
So cute. Oh my word.
So I've got an orange, I've got a blue, purple, pink, green. So
Wow.
dyeing a whole of a bunch of this up, and then I'm gonna have to try and get some handspun out for this.
Oh,
So,
nice. Ooh, love it.
so yeah, I just
Exciting.
wanted to teach you a little bit
Yeah.
with some electric eyeball, so you can blinding fiber.
Oh,
But
thank you
yeah,
to
thank you, Yalian. Thank you for having me today again. And
thank you.
thank you again for doing the whole collab.
Yes, it's
Um,
been a lot of fun.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And thank
Thank
you
you.
very much to your ladies.
Yes, I am really grateful for great people in our community. It's a blessing. Thank you for everyone that's watching us on YouTube Live currently. To everyone, Rosemary, Maggie, Suzette, who else? Am I missing somebody? It feels like I'm missing somebody that is watching us currently. And also for those that's going to watch this afterwards, thank you for being here, spending time with us. Enjoy your shifts, enjoy whatever you're busy with. Remember that you're awesome and that you're able to do all the things. And yeah, and we don't have everything together. When we look pretty and beautiful on screen, we have horrible situations like that. We are all just humans using bathrooms. We're all just all having a human experience.
I don't
Rosemary
even
says,
know what to pick up. So yeah.
Rosemary says, enjoy the rest of your day and evening. I'm going to look after grandchildren tonight. Oh, enjoy
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah. Annelie, have a super, super day and weekend and week. We'll see each other again next week. The live will
Yes.
be at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Cool. Cheers,
Nice.
guys. Have a lucky one.
Yes. See you. Let's shift. Doodles.
No, I'm not doing that. Bye.
Thank you for the shift. Bye. Bye, everyone.